Alright, so here are once again the 2015 Dyna Wide Glide short shots. I'm going to be putting the baffles back into it. Today it's not too hard as long as you're mechanically inclined of some sort. And then all you're really going to need is a standard screwdriver, which I have, and then an Allen wrench. And for putting them back in, you're going to need the baffles. I have the stock baffles. Once again, like I said, my wife wants them back in. She just doesn't like how loud it is. Just so you guys do know as well, I don't have this bike mapped yet. For those of you that just got this bike and are sort of on a budget, until you get the air cleaner on this bike, you do not need to map it. If all you're doing is putting exhaust pipes on it, you don't need to map it, no matter what Harley says. It's not going to affect your bike. But once you put an air cleaner on with these pipes, you need to get it mapped. So don't put an air cleaner on until you get it mapped. If you put just exhaust on, you're good. Once you touch the air cleaner, you need to get it mapped. Simple as that. Alright, so first off, we're going to get these heat shields off. Each shield, the first shield right here has a total of 3 bolts that you have to unscrew. The 3 clamps that you have to unscrew. There's one right here, one right here, and one right here. Okay, so it's a little tricky. It's a pain in the butt sometimes because you got the clamps back there that are sort of holding it in there. And once you get it loosened up and everything, the hardest part is going to be up here, trying to get it over this lip right here. But you can do it. I did it, and you're not going to scratch up this. I mean, you might scratch it up just a little bit, but nothing too dramatic or anything like that. So let's get started getting this top one off. And once again, no matter which way you do it, even if you want to take the baffles out, you always start with the heat shields. You have to take the heat shields off. Once you get the heat shields off, everything, if you're taking the baffles out, is going to be in reverse. So let's get this first heat shield off. The first time I took these baffles off, the top one, I did have a little bit of a pain in the butt with this top one. It almost felt like it was stuck. There are tricks that you're going to get a little frustrated possibly. It might come out really smoothly for you. I know through my stuff and everything like that, it didn't. So just be prepared for it. The top one, for me anyways, was the one that gave me some trouble. The bottom one came out really smoothly though, so nothing for that one at all. The heat shields are a little tricky to get off. Once the exhaust is already put on your bike, but it is possible without scratching up the chrome and doing all that. So right now I'm just loosening up these clamps. You can also use a socket wrench. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what size you need, but I'm sure if you have sockets, it's not hard to figure out what size you need once you get the bike in there, or once you get the sockets out and test it out. Let's see here. And just so everybody knows, I'm not like, I've owned this Harley for about a year and a half now. This is my third bike. My first bike after I got my endorsement was a Honda VTX 1800C. I liked it, but a lot of mechanical issues, nothing against it. My second bike was a 2013 Victory Judge. That was a really nice bike. I just needed something a little bit bigger for me. I'm 6 feet tall, so the Judge was a lot smaller than I wanted, even with the forward controls on it. So I've only been riding for about 3 years now, so by no means am I an expert at any of this stuff. So I'm just showing you what I've done, how I've done it, and I'm sure there's easier ways or simpler ways. I'm just showing these because I haven't found a YouTube video out there yet that shows you how to do it on a 2015 Wide Glide. I see them on every other bike but this Wide Glide. So I got the clamps loosened up. Make sure they're completely unthreaded so the clamp is completely able to be pulled off. What you're going to do, make sure, which they are. It's going to sound like you're breaking it. You ain't breaking it. is that one. Okay, here you go. Put this clamp over that other rug. Having my son help me today with the heat shield, and he's the cameraman today, so. All right, so this is what the stock baffle looks like. Has like almost like a tornado effect to it. So right now they're just straight pipes without these in there. There's gonna be a screw, as you can see right here, that's got the Allen wrench. That's what's gonna hold the baffle in once you get it in. There's gonna be a spot right here, roughly right around there. Once you get the heat shield off, that holds this baffled in. So when you're putting it in, you have to make sure it lines up with that hole. And it should, in all honesty, just slide it right in. Now for me, this is the one that was giving me trouble, so I sort of have to tap it in. Let me grab two really quick. There we go. Okay. Got a fly in here.
And a spider.
And a spider.
Spider really.
So once again, this is the one that was giving me troubles this whole freaking time. So of course it's going to give me problems now too, but it's not a huge issue, just a pain in the butt. What I'm trying to do right now is hook my Allen wrench into the spot where the screw goes into, so I can get it right where I need it. There we go. So the easiest way I found, once it's going, to get it lined up. Is putting your Allen wrench through it and going like that. It's gonna take a little playing with, but it's not, like I said, you're gonna get a little frustrated, but you know. There we go. Alright, so I've got it set up right where it needs to be. You got a screw. It was in there in the first place. You just pop it back in. when you take the baffles out, you don't put the screw back in, it ain't gonna stay in there anyway, so. Once again, like I said, I'm not an expert by any means. I'm just showing you guys how I did everything. I'm sure there's a lot easier way of doing everything. There we go. Sweet. And make sure they're nice and snug in there. I mean, don't break that bolt, but you don't want it falling out either. Alright, so the first baffle is in again. Once again, if you're going to be taking it out, you get the heat shield off. Take this screw out, and it just takes a little finessing to get it out. Like I said, this top one for me, it was a pain in the ass to get out, and it was, once again, like you can see, a pain in the ass to get back in. So, now we're going to go to the bottom one. The bottom one has 4 clamps on it. It's got one right here, it's got one right here, one right there, and one up there. So we're going to start with this one. Okay, there's that one. So I'm not going to be editing any of these videos. I want you to sort of see exactly the process I have to go through. I'm not going to speed through things or make it awesome and look like I have everything done. You will be watching everything that I'm doing, and you know, you can fast forward through whatever you want to. But the bottom baffle is pretty much going to be the same, well it is the same, as the top baffle. So, that one. Now you can definitely bring this stuff into a shop, but if you're on a budget sort of like I am, and you know, you want your bike loud, but you couldn't spend, you know, $600 on a set of pipes, I will say these will get noticed. You will definitely get noticed when you have these on. You will be heard. And I highly recommend them, even if you aren't on a bike and you have all the money in the world to spend. Not only do they look cool, but they sound phenomenal.
Oh, it's way easier to get out.
Mm-hmm. There's that one. And that clamp. Alright, my son goes and puts that away. Same concept for this one. Pop it in there. This one came out really easy, so I'm expecting it to go in really easy. I'm hoping anyways. Could be wrong, because you know, it's just how it usually goes anyways. There we go. That went perfect. There we go. Perfect. Screw. Like I was saying, that top one, man, I had to fight that one